Hello everyone and welcome back to Out of Ore. I'm your host JC. So I've been working on this off camera a little bit, getting this dug back. But I think I want to do a little more cutting over here and then we'll see what happens. Hey, my machine got moved. I don't like that. I gotta straighten that out now. Which is weird because I never even came close to the machine at all. I gotta figure out where I was at too. Well, let's move forward a little bit more. Actually, let's get some fuel in this thing first. So we got a full fuel tank here. Let's go ahead and go over here and get set down beside the back of the. I believe the spot's in the back of the machine, if I'm not mistaken. I actually haven't had to fill this thing up yet, so. Really? I can't get up that little ledge? Let's try backing up on it then. I think the bumper's getting in the way. There we go. Let's just try that there. Alright, refuel. So we had 18,000 liters in the truck before that. I don't know how much is going to be in it after. So we used 7,000 liters. Whoa, don't tip it over, keep going. There we go, saved it. I'm actually just going to park right next to this thing and see if I can get it to fuel. If I get out, will it keep fueling? It does, sweet. Alright, we'll go jump in the bagger and get going then. What a fiasco. I don't know what we're going to do when we, I think I might be too far forward though. I don't know, we'll try that here anyway. Oh. Yeah, I think I might be too far forward. Let's go ahead and back this up just a little bit. Let's go right there. Although, I guess we could go further because we're going on a right-hand cut. Yeah, let's just go back to where we were at then. Sorry. We'll get going here. That should be okay. I hope. I mean, we've got four more floors out in front of us. It won't be too long and we'll get into the end of this and we'll be able to go cut the back of that off over there. So hopefully. That's kind of a deep cut. Or it's going to be when we get to the front. I want to try to get this down so I can get the rest of that trimmed off too with the front loader. And possibly have someone come help me with the dozer smoothing it out on Sunday. And if we do that, it might be a stream. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, this might be too much of a cut. I don't know, we'll see. I guess I could go forward one more time, get one block forward, back to the left, and then chop it all up with a right cut. It should be okay. I really like this sound. Where it's just chewing through that material. Get back over here and hear the engine go. Oh yeah, we're gonna have a good cut here. finally starting to break through the middle of the section here, so just that little bit on the left will be having to cut through. Working well, working well. I do like this machine, really. It's a little slow in the aspect of swinging back and forth, but I mean, if it was any faster, we'd be waiting longer for the material to go through the wash plant, so I guess it's the right speed after all. And the 695 is, I mean, this is I want to say 5 blocks tall, or 5.5 blocks tall for the wheel itself, and the 695 is 8 or 8.5 blocks, so it's like 3 blocks bigger, and 20 blocks wider, 10 on each side. A little overview, like a little drone shot. I did go too far in that cut. I'm getting a little ridge there, but that's okay. I did get the track squared back out though, so that's okay. I mean, I could go a little more to the right just to smooth it. In fact, I might when we move forward. That was definitely a healthy cut though. Almost there. Alright, that's probably good there. I'm going to bump it just a little bit like that, and then go ahead and go forward a block, which is about there. We'll cut back to the left, and then we'll pick it up and do a deep right cut at the top over there, because all this will be done when we swing back left. Anybody know if I'm cutting down dirt, will it automatically just delete trees, or do I have to go out and use the axe and cut them down first? I haven't tried it yet. I've been in a spot where I haven't had to. This should be just fine when we get to the middle. I probably could have gone for a little bit more. But that's alright. Amazing, amazing machine. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this one cut and then try to dig some more of the top part of that off over there while this machine or the material runs through. See where we're at there. I mean, we're not having to do 3 cuts across the top now since it's starting to get lower. So we should be able to do more cuts quicker back and forth. And like when we start heading, like get the initial cut done here and we start heading back and forth, we'll be doing 5 blocks at a time, you know. And then I think probably a block and a half forward making a left cut. I might stick to a block. And then we can do 2 to 3 blocks when we're cutting left to right. So again, a lot of material going through. This is going to work out good. I'm pretty sure that first one was a 3 block cut. I think I moved forward twice. Once when I stopped last time I played, and then this one here. But we're, you know, almost up there, so we probably did like it was up there at the very beginning, so we probably did 1 block. But I still have a lot of work to do to level this off, make the parking structure, figure out how I'm going to get a fuel truck in and out of this place. I'm probably going to have to make like a ramp that I adjust per level to be able to pull in behind it to fuel it up. Either that or I have to put down a fuel tank and then pick it back up, but that's not very realistic, so I kind of want to do it proper like. Yeah, a little ways to go still. I do like a little aerial view too. Problem is that ledge, it makes it really hard to do. That's pretty close to being a little bit further. I think I might have went too far on the tracks too. Looks like I need to go back to the left a little bit now. There we go. Just gonna cut straight up and then to the right. And then we'll have just a little tiny bit to cut up here at the top on the back left swing after we get the rest of that cut off. But as you see, I'm kind of pointing the spindle right at the bottom of the cut there. That way it stays fairly smooth back here at the back and gets as much of it as we can. So we put in all those mini wash plants in the last episode, and I think what I'm going to do is, because we have so much material coming through, that I'm just going to keep stockpiling rubies and diamonds in the connexes that we picked up to put them in, and then like once a week I will clear those out and restock them, just so that we can have a huge payday at once, instead of running over there and spending 5 minutes an episode going through each one. Go ahead and bring it down a little bit. As you see, we're way past the center, and it still cuts right through it. Alright, that looks, I don't know, that's pretty good, I think. We'll go ahead and swing back to the left of that top part over here. Not quite as smooth as I normally do it, but it's pretty close. I really do wish the hydrostatic worked for the swing back and forth. I think that'll be pretty close to being where I need to be. I'll probably actually go higher with it. Yeah, so anyway, pretty soon we won't be having to go up here like this. We'll just be going back and forth, which will really be nice, since we've had a lot of triple and quadruple cuts we've had to do on this section right through here. What do you say we put a bagger up on top of the hill up there and take it down with like a 695? Take that entire hill, just keep working back and forth across. That's a lot of material. Jeez. What am I thinking? Kill myself doing something like that. Way too much work. I mean, as you've seen how many episodes we've had to just get this done. Making our own little air landing strip. We'll go ahead and bring this down. Turn this off. We could, which I probably will do, go ahead and move it forward again. And I'm going to do two blocks there, I think is good. Go ahead and take this down to 0. I don't know, should I keep cutting or should I? First I think I have to move the hopper or add one to it anyway. Probably have to add one to it because it's got so much in it. Yeah, we still got 500,000 in there, so I'm going to go ahead and just purchase another one. And let me see, sell this dirt that's in here. Go to factory, dual hopper, 9. And yes, it will keep working through both of them. I learned that recently. Alright, let's go ahead and cut this one too. And then I'll work on digging that out a little bit. If I have time. I don't know. We'll see. I do want to get a bunch of this right here dug out if possible, but I don't want to. I know how hard it is to sit down and watch a hour-long video, but you know, half hour, 40 minutes, it's a huge difference. You know, people can watch that on their lunch break, whereas an hour they'd have to pause it halfway through and then come back to it, and they may or may not come back to it. So let's just see what we can do here. We'll get a little aerial view looking down. Actually, you know what? We'll go ahead and do the in-cab since we're going to the right. If I'm going to the left, I kind of have to use the other one. Where's my planks at? I can't even see them. That's the other bad thing about this. Unless you're like able to really keep an eye on your wheel cut there, which is kind of hard to do from this angle. You don't know when your cut's done. I hope that everyone has a safe and happy New Year's Eve. This is coming out on New Year's Eve, so be safe out there, guys. Halfway there. Now we can do good aerial view here. Yeah, I'm not going to be having much to... Yeah, I guess I'll have the left-hand cut, so it's fine. But as you can see, we're just working right through it. A lot of material. I can't tell. Is there anything going into that first hopper there? Yeah, there is. Okay. That's good. We'll keep moving it. So yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and make that one left-hand cut off the top part of that right there, and then we'll start working on that back over there in the front loader while all this material runs through. I do have to remember though that when I'm using the front loader that the right side of the plant is going to go slower, so it's going to take longer for that stuff to work through because I'm adding more material to it. Unless I run a second line and have it go to both hoppers so it splits evenly like this is doing. Which I might end up doing ultimately. It would kind of make sense in a way. Alright, how close are we getting here? Can I move forward? I mean, I think I could do it right there. But I'm going to wait until we get right about here, I guess. Let's go ahead and stop that. We'll move to the end of our planks here. Go ahead and start it back up. Start swinging back to the other side and get more. There we go. And ultimately, when this side gets done over here, we'll be doing like 2/3 and then half cuts and then quarter cuts and just doing that section over there, trying to finish it off. It won't be long, we'll be through this. In fact, I might finish this side off, off camera tomorrow and move back over to that side to finish that side off. Because we're only going to have to do just a little swinging back and forth over there to finish that. And then I can pick up all these conveyors, switch things around a little bit. And I think that side is okay for going straight out. I only have to the end of the platform over there. This side obviously goes further because I had further built out this way. That's going to be the tough one, is getting all the conveyors run to have this thing set up, and then like I said, again, getting this over here cut off too. because having this cut off is going to be huge for being able to run those conveyors out like I want to. I mean, I guess I could go cut those trees down and put them in the thing to make more wood planks. I do have some of those being, well, I have beams and beams and planks being made right now so I can make wood floors. That is pretty close, but we're going past the front of the apex, right? Yeah, we're good. We won't hit. I wonder what that is. Coal, iron? Looks like coal. I wonder if that one over there is coal also. Yeah, doesn't matter. That'd be done by the loader, the one on the left. Get this over to just before that iron there. We'll swing it up and get the rest of this off. I mean, I could swing up and take the left first, the high part first, and then come back down and move the machine forward, and it would just eat through the stuff that's left. In fact, yeah, I'm going to do that. Makes more sense anyway. Since we're almost done with that cut anyway, it won't be that much of a big deal to do this. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and stop right after this little knob sticking out here. And that should be good. Swing back to left, get the rest of this over here, and then go do some loader work. Hoping we don't hit here. I may have to go back down and do it anyway. So I think we are going to hit. Maybe not. It's really close. It's hard to tell. If I start to bounce at all, I'm going to have to stop and go down. But I think we're going to be clear. Yep, we got it. So far I've been able to get all that up there. It's just really hard to get the top a little bit, but it has been coming down out in front over here. You have to have a weird angle on the bucket though. Alright, let's go ahead and take this back down. I'm going to swing back just a little more after I get it down, so when I pull forward, it doesn't throw us off balance and swing wide and weird and move the thing. Alright, right about there. Alright, and we'll swing back to the left a little bit. Okay, I think that's good. Let's see how much we got in here real quick. That one's got 150. That one's still got 500, so we got plenty of time here. Let's do some of this front end loader work that we got to finish off. Empty. So what I was doing off camera was getting this thing lined up over here to a close. Not doing that. Just trying to get it somewhat close. And then slowly moving forward and skimming this stuff. Trying to keep it as smooth as possible. and then after I get the bottom part cut out a couple times, I come back and start taking the top out. It was working pretty good. I was keeping this little hopper over here full with one chute coming out of it. We'll see how it does now. Like I said, it's gonna take longer for that right one to get finished than the left one, so and of course I messed that one up. That's alright though. Everything over here is going to get blocked anyway, so it doesn't matter. Oddly though, what's throwing me off, I think, more than anything, is that there's no lip. I mean, it doesn't look like there is. Maybe there is. I got a bunch of these being made too, so. So let's get this over here real quick. Try to keep it as smooth as possible. Right off into the ditch. Oh well. I'll just take some of that top part out and then come back and smooth it out later. Or put in the concrete blocks after that point. So if we keep a close eye on the conveyors at the end over here, we'll be able to see if the material's complete. You can still see tan on top of it there. Or look over here and see it. If you go way up here like this, at that angle, it'll actually grab that stuff up top. At least it was earlier. So about an angle like that. Yeah, it's not gonna get this time. Close though. I'll have to figure something else out for that part up there. I'm not gonna build a ramp, so either I'll hand finish digging it off, or I'll use some Anfo or Draymite or something to get rid of it. We're getting far enough away now that it's going to keep running out on me, I think, finishing before I get back. Especially when I can't keep things smooth. I did all this over here without smoothing anything out, and I get on camera and all of a sudden I can't drive. I mean, if I get far enough forward, I can just start. In fact, I could just start dipping into that. That way it distributes evenly. Well, there's our 30-minute mark. Alright, so the back hopper's empty. because I didn't put too many truckloads or scoop loads into the single line, it won't be that bad for catching up. Getting a lot of pay dirt here though, which is good for our gold. We've already made, like, I don't know, close to $500,000 in dirt sales. Breakthrough. Closer and closer to getting this out of here. Ran a lot of work to get this done. And this machine's got 7 hours on it. I think the bagger's got close to 6 on it. And most of that's been from right here. A little bit of this has been over at the other place. You gotta remember, like, half of that cut down there too was done with a different bagger too, so we still gotta go back there and cut that too. I'm gonna ask again, does anybody know how to do the logos for uploading a logo? I tried to figure it out and couldn't figure it out, and it gave me that generic one that's up there, and I just don't like that. I want to try to do something like kind of like the thumbnail I used, where it's got like the mining vehicles on it and stuff, and out of Aura name on the side of it. I really don't need to have it say JC Gaming or nothing like that. I just kind of want to advertise the game more than anything. I like it a lot. I've been having a lot of fun with this series. I wonder how much is left in here. I think I'm just going to keep digging and let it work. See if I get a couple of those top spots now. I don't want to go too close to the bagger, because every time I do it, it throws it out of whack and makes it go sideways, and then I gotta adjust it. I don't like wasting time. Should I put any concrete blocks in on camera? Is that stuff you guys like to see, or would you rather just see digging with the loader and the bagger? Dumping dirt, making little harder spots for me to drive across. I'm thinking about doing a series on a new game that I picked up recently called Mine Mogul. It's like an underground mine by hand plus automation game. I'm not sure if anybody would like to watch that or not. I might do a poll about it and see if I don't get any comments on it in this video. So should I use Anfo and blow it down and then scrape it all up, or use Draymite and get rid of it? I'm thinking Anfo, blow it up so we can get the material. Although most of the stuff up top there is going to be dirt, so we're just going to be selling it for junk. Let's park this thing over here so I can... Actually, I don't need to do that. We'll get out of here. We're going to go ahead and... we do have Anfo, okay. No Draymite, which is good. Inventory 0. And we're going to go there, there. Let's see what that does. Alright, I got a long ways to go. Put one there, there. That looks good. Blow that up. Alright, cleared this side off. Let's go ahead and get this over here now. Uh, 9. Alright, so we got one little spot left up here. Got that. And I think this is the last one. Yep. How did I clear it up? Pretty good. Alright, I'm going to get some more info real quick. We'll finish that off. Let's say another 50, I guess. They're pretty cheap. Probably more than I need, but you know, hey, why not? Alright, let's get up on top of the dirt over here so I can get that piece. Did I hit it? There we go. Got it that time. I know, a little unrealistic jumping up here like to get this, but I didn't want to do it from the top. Alright, we got one little floaty over here. We can probably get that from doing that piece though. Yes? Alright. Let's go with that right there. Now we have all this dirt we can move. Is that thing empty yet? No, of course not. That looks pretty good right there, I think. Kind of just creep into it, try to smooth it out a little bit. I mean, we did have like 500,000 material over here, so it is going to take a while. Let's see if I can get a straight shot from here. Try to get things as smooth as possible on this one. I know what I could do. I could use a roller on that. See if I can roll that down some. Something different we haven't used for a while. take a lot to work that down, I think, though. It's pretty high. I honestly think that the shovel works better sometimes. Sorry about that bright sun. I was trying to get it where it wasn't right in the camera view. Material still going the line I just saw. So like this part here flattens out good, but that hill over there is not really flattening much. It's actually bringing the dirt level up in a couple spots instead of taking it down. See it raised there? Whoa! That went way deep there. Yeah, good thing we're putting concrete in here. Okay, so I've done this much with the roller here, right? Now watch this. Get the shovel out. Look how much quicker it goes and how much flatter it goes too. You would think that the machine would do a better job than the hand tool. Like I can beat on this a couple times as I keep going down. I run across it with the thing in it. Up, down, depending on where you're at. Let's go over and check this. Should be close. 20,000 left. And this is probably, yep, definitely over full. I was dumping some dirt on here, so give that like 2 or 3 more minutes, and then we'll be able to go check the storage units. And like all the dirt that I moved from over here is in there on this one too. I didn't pull that out first. So the next time I show you guys this, it's gonna be this is gonna be all concreted. I'm gonna come in here and put all the blocks in. I mean, I have 380 right now. I'll probably have to buy more. So I probably won't transfer any money on this at the end here. And then when I get done putting blocks in, I'll transfer money out to the company. And we're doing this to make money for the company, right? I don't know how this happened over here. This must have been when I exploded stuff. I didn't see it flying all the way over here though, so I don't know. Get this cleaned up and it should be done. Go park this back up where it goes. Turn that off. That is definitely done. I don't see any more dirt dropping in the thing there, but there's definitely dirt coming over here. But I think that's the stuff being sold, the actual trash dirt. I don't know how much is in the hoppers over here. Alright, nothing in this one. There's probably going to be a little bit in this one here. 7,000. That one's probably going to be empty though. Yeah. Alright. So we can go check the left one over here. The right one won't be done until a few more minutes. Alright, so we got two, almost 2 2/3 stacks of gold, diamonds, rubies. We got a lot of rubies this time. 2 full stacks, almost a full stack of diamonds. Not much for steel because we didn't have really a whole lot of iron come through. But that's not bad. We're going to go ahead and grab this here and this here and this here. And this one should just about be done. Sorry, I know it's getting dark here at the end. Alright, so that's it for that. And then we got a little bit more on this side. We got 3.5, so 3 1/3 stack because I was putting in pay dirt from the other side too. So we'll go ahead and grab these. Go sell this and see what we got. So that's 1.4 million, almost 1.5, so that makes 3, 6, 75. Yeah, about 8.5 million right there. It's not bad. I'm gonna go ahead and sell this, and then I'm gonna end up picking all this stuff and putting it away. I want to thank you guys for stopping by. I really do hope you guys appreciate and like the video. If you do, please click that like button. It really helps out the channel a lot. And if you have any questions or concerns, tips or tricks that you might want to be able to help me out with, leave them in the comment section below. And hope to see you guys in the next one. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great day.